The methodology for compiling the Civic Space Index 2024 report by the National Coalition of Human Rights Defenders Uganda, supported by partners, drew on diverse data sources. The research team based its work on 13 areas of inquiry. These included the state of human rights and the rule of law, freedom of expression both online and offline, media rights and journalistic freedoms, access to information, freedom of assembly, freedom of association, on the safeguarding of human rights and the rule of law. Key findings from the Uganda Civic Space Index Report 2024 indicate that 83% of responses were negative, signaling a decline from previous year's performance. The survey further reveals that freedom of expression, particularly in media and digital spaces, is under serious threat.
For you to gauge civic space presence, the media must be free, relatively, fairly, to do their work. Why? Because ultimately they are the embodiment of free expression, they are the embodiment of information flow. And our findings reveal that there is a restriction. Even if information is supposed to be given and someone thinks, is not in the mood to give it, they are citing quickly the oath of secrecy.
The same report also notes that youth are becoming increasingly militant, driven by the perceived shrinking space for civic engagement.
There is this feel of, if there is need for a clash, let the clash be there. Okay? And that militancy is, without really being apolitical here, is seen in where, is seen in terminologies. People are saying commander, people are, calling themselves all sorts of names.
There is also a significant level of public distrust and fear regarding law enforcement agencies and their impact on civil liberties.
There were also sentiments of the now very clear established tripartite between police, the judiciary, and prisons. Arrest, charge, remand. In essence, the weaponization of the judiciary, that you will appear and before you say anything, the judiciary will say you're remanded. Okay? In essence, it is acting more like take this nuisance out for us legitimately.
When it comes to peaceful protests, the greatest concern is fear of losing lives, followed by the fear of arbitrary arrests, exposure to tear gas, and challenges in obtaining police permission.
The idea that the police still deliberately, consciously misinterprets notification of gathering for permission.
We know that freedoms or rights are not absolute, but there are also other rights that we know that are absolute, that you cannot violate or abuse under any circumstance, but we continue to see them being violated. For example, freedom from torture, the right to habeas corpus, the right to a fair trial, and freedom from slavery.
Crispus Arinitwe, UBS News.